ladies and gentlemen, the Draken. Sound of freedom. Have a look, ladies and gentlemen, when Lars flies past again. Have a look at the afterburner plane there and see if you can count how many shock diamonds you can see in the plane from the afterburner. Looking at this aircraft, so modern, it first flew back in 1955 and it was designed for a requirement for a bomber interceptor with a maximum speed of Mach 1.4, 1.4 times the speed of sound in 1955. Double delta configuration, 80-degree sweep back on the inner, 60 degrees on the outer. Now that requirement for that Mach 1.4 came out in 1949. All-weather interceptor flying from bases or highways. Now they were thinking about that type of dispersal even in those days. And it was designed also to be capable of being refueled and rearmed by conscripts with minimal training in 10 minutes or less. Powered by a license-built Rolls-Royce Avon, built by Svenska Aeroplan and developing 17,600 pounds thrust in afterburner. When you think of the early Avons, developed about 7,500 what they call dry. Afterburner is wet. Prototype actually exceeded the speed of sound in a climb. And that wing, very unusual wing shape, it provided excellent high and low speed operations, but revealed what they call superstall characteristics at a very high angle of attack, meaning when the nose is very high relative to the tail of the aircraft. Now, from that superstall, they developed recovery training, a so-called Cobra maneuver, or what they call the court parade, which is a short parry from fencing. In developing that recovery technique, they inadvertently worked out a form of air combat manoeuvring, because in the recovery there was a very rapid high-nose angle that forced the whole plan view of the aeroplane. So you can imagine, instead of going flat, put it going vertical but still going forward, and that pushed the oncoming airflow, dramatically slowing down the aircraft, and any aircraft that was following would automatically overshoot. Swedish fighter trains with the Draken between 1960 and 1999. Incredible aeroplane, and there were 12 different variants of this, including export variants that went to Austria, Finland and Denmark. Austria had 2 squadrons, Denmark and Finland also, but varying aircraft. Austria had 24, Denmark 51 and Finland 50. Had a ceiling of 66,000 feet or 20,000 metres, and quite a hefty armament, including 1 or 2 30mm cannon, 6 hard-point missiles, the huge Falcon and the Mighty Mouse. The Finnish version of the Draken was actually fitted with Russian-built R-13 rockets. This aircraft started life as one of 230 of the J-35F models, delivered between 65 and 72. It had improved avionics, better integrated radar and missile systems, but the main armament was actually the Hughes Falcon missile and only one 30mm cannon. What an absolutely incredible aircraft, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the shape, that is a very ominous shape. It does look like a spear point. Count the shock timer. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was a great display by Lars Martinsen. So put your hands together for him, the Swedish Air Force Historic Flight and the mighty Saab Draken.